My name's Steven Fleming, and I grew up reasonably close to Oscar College here in Birmingham, in a place called Streatley in Sutton Coldfield, and I had great parents growing up, and came from a real loving home. And for me, it's been a real privilege and a joy uh, to have such a great and supportive family. And the one thing about my family was that they weren't a particularly like hardcore Catholic family. So my mum thought it was important that I received the sacraments. So I got baptized and I received the sacraments. But as I went through school, I started to slowly drift away from my faith. But I also started to alt serve, and that brought me back a little bit, and it brought me to start asking questions. And eventually, I got into secondary school, and I was like bullied quite a lot for both my dyslexia and also that I used to serve on the altar. And so I decided that I was going to drop altar serving for a while because it was it was just one thing more that I didn't need. And I slowly, once I dropped that, I slowly drifted away from my faith. And the priest saw this, and it was a great priest, Father Gwil. Shout out to Father Gwil. And he said to me, he said, "Will you come to Lourdes with me and help push this lady around Lourdes and be with the people?" And I said, "Oh, sure, yeah, no, this would be great. I get to go to France." And so I was really excited, and I get to the grotto, but I also had questions. I had questions whether did God exist? And for me, this was a big, poignant question. And I remember going to the grotto, and I thought if I was going to experience God, it would be here. And I remember going, and I was there at 3-4 days, and I experienced nothing. And my heart was so low. I felt that I had no hope, and my whole of the little faith I had was draining away. And I remember going to speak to a priest, an Irish priest. He was with the Irish Army, and I said to him, I thought this was going to be the place that I experienced God. This was going to be the place that I met him. And he quite swiftly told me, he said, "Well, when have you been going?" And I said, "I've been going like during the day." And he turned around, he said, "Look, Steve," he said, "Our Lady is very busy during the day. Look at all those thousands of people." And so he encouraged me to go in the silence of the night. And I went in the silence of the night, and there was a couple of people there. And he said, "Pray for the love of God to come down on you." And I was there at the grotto, and I prayed, "God, if you're real, let me experience your love." And at that very moment, I was filled with the most awesome love that I've ever experienced in my life, and probably will ever experience. Because God was saying to me he was real, and he wanted me to know. And from that moment, it transformed my whole life, where I was going, what I was doing. And it meant that God was saying to me, "Steve, I want you to serve me." And I could really feel that straight away. I didn't know where, and it sent me on a journey where I've been to Hungary, to New York. I've traveled around the world with the church. And God was slowly saying to me, "Steve, I want you to be my priest." And I remember feeling that so strongly in my heart. And it was then that I started a journey of applying. And the first time I applied, well, went to apply, I didn't actually get to the application stage. Because of my dyslexia, it was felt that I shouldn't apply because they weren't sure if I'd get through the course or not. So once I had done a bit of traveling, I came back and I knew that God was calling me to this. So I started studying and started working towards a degree. And I showed that I could do the course. And once I got my degree, I flew straight back to England. I did my degree in Ireland, and I came back and said to the vocations director, look, here is my degree. And he said, okay, let's go for it. Let's apply. And I remember going to the panel and I got accepted. And now I'm here at Oscott College in my 5th year of seminary. And not only that, but I've done another degree by God's grace. And please God, I'll be ordained a deacon in the summer. So that would be great. And I look forward to that. But that is my short testimony now. So thank you.